Welcome to episode 8 of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. This week I have Andrew and little Josh joining me on this episode. Ben is unavailable this evening. So, guys, first, thank you for kind of last second. Kind of asked you both today if you can join, so I just want to start off with a quick thank you on that. We have a lot of topics we're going to talk about today. Andrew and Josh are going to join me on going through current power rankings within the league with fantasy. I'll get their opinions on who they think is going to get last place. I know my opinion has not changed, but we'll see where Andrew and Josh sit. We're going to do Week 6 matchup breakdowns, however you want to call it. Little Josh and I are playing this week, so we will break down that game last. Should be entertaining. And then we have some other topics of discussion this week that we're going to talk about. Some of those we will all discuss between Josh, Andrew, and I what we want to see the most after a league reset. I'm going to talk real quick about how Swiftie fans are a good thing in the NFL. It's because Ben's not here. We're going to talk quickly about just NFL teams. Who are the real ones? Who are the fake ones? And then other topics that just might come to mind as we get going with this episode tonight. So, Andrew, Josh, welcome.
Hey.
I welcome me to you.
So first, I want to start. How are you both feeling about your teams?
I'm feeling pretty good. I got Cooper Kupp back. He looked like himself. He had 12 targets or something. So, big volume. He had 118 yards, 2 points from bonus. But I'm digging it. I think my team's pretty solid. I lost last week. Ben got a little lucky. Josh Allen had a heckin' blew up in the fourth quarter. And he had Saints defense who pitched a shutout. So bad luck for me, but it's good. Ben's got a good team, so it's all right.
To defend Ben, he's lost to defenses the past couple of weeks, so I think he's kind of earned a win from a defense.
Yeah, my defense did pretty well too, but yeah, his with the defensive touchdown and a shutout there. It's too much.
So, Josh, how you feeling about your team?
Well, I got my first win, which was really exciting. It was short-lived, though, because the very next day I learned A-Chain injured his knee and out on IR for the next 4 weeks at least. So, I don't know. Thanks.
He's out just in time for our matchup.
Thanks to Steven, I do got Mostert to plug in there for as long as he'll hold up. So, we'll see.
All right. So far with the league this year, who would you guys say is who do you think are the best teams in the league today?
Honestly, my boy here is 1-4, but I still think he's got the best team. You look at Josh's team; it's stacked.
Oh man!
And his A-Chain's been doing good, and with A-Chain being hurt now, Mostert's going to pop off. And I think, Josh, I really do think your team is loaded. And Chase is getting going now. All he had to do was talk about how he's always open, and he proved it. So
I appreciate that, Andrew.
It's just been one game. I think the ceiling's there. I think if the Bengals get rolling, then Josh's team that changes quite a bit.
Yeah, but another one who's I had him last year, but Jalen Hurts ain't quite what he was last year yet either.
Not yet. He is getting you consistent points every week.
I can't complain about it.
Well, those tush push sneaks into the end zone all the time. I mean, he's guaranteed a rushing touchdown every week.
But yeah, I do enjoy having them. I'd like Metcalf maybe to get going a little more too. Be real nice if one of my Broncos running backs would emerge and can maybe lean on them a little bit. Be nice. Pittman, it's he's up and down. I think Minshew helps him though. So
I think it will too, honestly.
Yeah, and so like with Pittman, I think he's actually exceeding like whatever expectations I had of him. I think he's exceeding. Like he's actually being a contributor for your team.
He's solid. I was debating between him and I don't know. Maybe I just need to give up on the Javonte hope. But I keep I thought about it a little bit today, but I had to fall back on. I mean, Pittman's getting ridiculous. Last 2 weeks ain't been quite as good, but the first 3 weeks were insane on his target share.
Yeah. So, Andrew, so you have little Josh. You think his team's the best. Who else? Who are your other two in the top three?
Oh, top three, you say? Honestly, let me look here. There's a couple that are up there that well, I really think I like Cameron's team.
Yeah, definitely.
McCaffrey, Adams, Jackson. Jackson's kind of been hit and miss, but I know Jordan Addison has a bit of an injury now too. But with Justin Jefferson being out, I think Jordan Addison is the next 4 weeks is gonna pop off. Like I think he's gonna get a lot of targets.
Absolutely.
And the Vikings have to throw a lot.
Hawkinson's gonna see a big pickup too there.
Hawkinson too, yeah. But I think Jordan Addison is going to be really good.
I actually think I wouldn't be surprised if Hawkinson's the biggest, honestly.
I would agree with that. We saw numbers like that last year. So Andrew, you have little Josh, Cameron, and who's your third?
Oh, let me look here. I'm looking at the fellow that's in first right now. I think that's AJ's in first right now.
It is AJ.
He's got a good-looking team.
Not bad. It's just that, I mean, when you're betting on, you got two Bears players, though. I mean, you never know what you're going to get there.
I lost to him by 3 points.
Obviously, DJ Moore had a huge game last week.
Yeah.
But that's not going to always happen. Justin Fields, your quarterback, good luck. He's not.
It's a crapshoot.
It's Justin Fields. He's not a thrower. I might put, for the sake of maybe taking too long, I think I'll throw Ben's team up there. Honestly,
agree with that.
All right, Josh, who do you got?
I like Ben's team, especially with Kamara being back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I agree with Andrew a lot, with the exception of my team. And that's just being. I mean, if something happens to Mostert, I'm relying on Javonte Williams, or if McLaughlin, whoever emerges out of that. And I'm not crazy about that at the moment. Anyway, Cameron, awesome team, awesome fantasy player. Like his team. The Devontae Adams trade he swung. When he did that, I texted him and said, "I hand you the trophy." That was pretty big. That was nice, because otherwise he would have been a little scary at wide receiver before that trade. But yeah, I like Cameron's team. I like Andrew's team. Cooper Kupp coming back.
Stop.
DeAndre Swift. Yeah, I like his team. I like Ben's. AJ, who I lost to a couple weeks ago, only by 3. That was painful.
Only need 3, Josh.
Oh man, Metcalf. If he could have just got, really anybody.
Josh still reminiscing.
But I tell you what,
right. Well,
I was chatting with Steven today, and I need to look at teams more, but he's got a pretty decent team, honestly. For his record, I like his team, and
right.
I like it now. And he had DJ Moore in. Me and him did a Mostert trade before season started, so yeah.
Steve's. Well, we'll get into Steve's team here in just a second whenever we talk about last place. So, so we'll leave you at what you said, because I know you're struggling on giving us the top 3, because I think you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, Josh. It's okay.
Okay, my top 3: Cameron, Ben, Andrew, Orschland.
Okay.
There we go.
Andrew, AJ's AJ or P Ryan is he's not far behind in 4th.
All right. So, real quick with me,
P Ryan.
And
he looks like P Ryan, man. I'm telling you, I was looking at my team the other day, and I got him on my bench, and I was like, man, that looks like AJ.
That was a good laugh. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, damn.
So real quick with me, top three, no particular order, would be it would be Cameron, AJ, and Ben is where I'd have it.
Okay.
Okay. Projected last place team. Last week I said Steve. I'm gonna stick to that. Who do you all think is gonna be in last place when this is all said and done?
I'll go ahead.
Go for it.
I think Taylor might be in a little bit of trouble with Justin Jefferson going down. Now he's got some good pieces. Brees Hall's waking up, but I don't know. That's pretty big setback.
I would say that is a pretty big setback. I think because there's rumors about Kirk Cousins possibly getting traded.
Mm-hmm.
I think with Jefferson being out, if Kirk Cousins does get traded, you're likely right that Taylor will likely get last. But I think because of Jefferson will be one of the reasons why he does not get last, because he's only out 4 weeks and he'll be back. But I could see Taylor at the bottom.
I mean, and like you said, playoffs starts new. It's the same way with the bottom teams. You never know. You mean you could be, one of the top of the bottom, but still get last place. So
you just hope you're in either 7th or 8th place.
Yeah,
you get that first week bye in that.
That's true. The 7th and 8th, that's right. You get that first week bye, so you don't have to worry about it. But I think honestly, my last place team is you, Mitch.
I think you're just rooting for an awesome video presentation.
I am. I gotta say, you have the best presentations.
You guys don't want me doing it. It'll be awful.
So,
looking at your team, Mitch,
some work. Go ahead.
It needs a little. You don't have a lot of life in it right now. I mean, obviously, Mahomes always has a chance to do amazing things, but Nakua. I mean, obviously, he took a little bit of a hit. I mean, he's still going to be a vocal point of that offense. I mean, I was watching the game, and he still. I don't know how many targets he ended up with, but he still did okay, I think. But obviously having cutbacks going to hurt his volume.
You still had a better game than Cup.
Really?
Yep.
But
I have no idea.
Mitch's got
not by much. I mean, it was half a point.
Mitch has got Jonathan Taylor coming back.
But man, do you see what Zach Moss did?
Yeah, but they paid him big.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's going to play some. Obviously, you pay a guy that much, but I mean,
you know what I think?
I would be a little worried because Zach Moss had a hell of a game.
He did.
Last week
he did.
Zach Moss did. Taylor was on a snap count.
I had him on the bench in Dynasty.
So, okay.
But I look for maybe Zach Moss to be the one to get traded,
which is possible.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, as good as he played too. I mean, I would say. If he does even decently this week or whatever, I mean, you could definitely see him getting traded since they gave Taylor all that money.
That would be a team for the Ravens to go get Zach Moss. That'd be big for them.
The Ravens. That'd be a really good trade to the Ravens. And then, Mitch, I will say that Jefferson being out for 4 weeks is going to help your team, though. Hawkinson should get a lot of volume.
I'm not looking forward to that this weekend.
But Kirk and Sanders,
I hate.
You're going to agree with me on that one.
It's
and Amari Cooper. I mean, obviously he has moments, but I don't know. Watson hasn't looked that great.
And Sean Watson's playing hooky.
Yeah, and honestly, the worst part of your team is you have nothing on your bench.
My bench is decimated. It's not good.
You got nothing. So if you have a guy go down or somebody's underperforming, you don't really have anything to slip in there.
I'm hoping for injuries on other teams because then I'll be okay. I mean, that's what I'm playing off of right now. So no, my team's not doing too good. I would expect it to be at the bottom at the end of the year. If Taylor starts lighting it up, Hawkinson does well, Mahomes starts playing at his MVP level, I'll be in the fight. But they got to do that, and right now they have not shown that.
It's been so weird so far.
So, with me, I still have Steve.
I don't.
And I mentioned with Steve's team, his team is a product of bad luck after the draft because his draft was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just bad luck with some of the situations on those teams, and the players just aren't performing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So he got it worse than I did. But he took less risks than I, so I can argue that he just had more bad luck than I did.
Something though, me and Steve were chatting about today. He could shortly have 5 or 6 RB1s on his team. He's got oh man, I'm trying to think of what he had on his team.
He's got Mixon, Montgomery,
Eckler,
and Eckler. Yeah, Gus Edwards,
Stevenson. He's got
Stevenson is now with Cameron.
Oh, that trade went.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jeff. He's got Jeff Wilson. Mozart goes down. There's your RB1 in Miami until Mozart or A-Chain comes back, and then I've heard rumblings that Henry could get traded, and he's got Spears. So
okay.
I like Steven's team. I was talking to him today, and I'm like, man, that team's pretty good really good to be, where it's at. Should be better than that.
Yeah, getting Eckler back makes his team
his biggest thing
a lot more appealing.
His biggest thing is quarterback and tight end maybe, which mine's tight end. I'm horrible at tight end, so I'm playing musical chairs with them.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you don't got there's 4 or 5 of them, you're going to be anyway, so.
All right. We're going to go ahead and transition into Week 6 matchups. Let me share my screen.
The matchups. Mine up here too.
All right. We are going to start with Steve and Ben.
Steve and the 2 pumps.
Ben's already got 7 points.
Ben's got 10 points, sir.
Yeah, for those that are going to watch this after the recording's posted, we are doing this episode during the Chiefs game. It's second half right now. So, Steve and Ben.
Oh. I take back Steve's got a pretty solid QB there.
Yeah, he's got Stroud. Stroud's been doing well.
Yeah.
So, Josh, did you want to start with this breakdown?
Let's see here. I like Ben's QB. I like Ben's receivers better. Steve's running backs I like better. I like Steve's tight end better. That sounds bad.
Kind of matchups. It is pretty tight.
Man, I don't know. Nico Collins might be the wild card there. He's kind of been big week, down week, big week, down week. Boy, I don't know. This is kind of tough. Ben, Josh Allen can pop off for mid-20s, 30s.
So who you think's going to win, Joshua? Ben or Steve this week?
It's close, but I'd probably go Ben. But it's close. I think Steve's team's better than what he's been dealt so far, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worry. Allen can put up a bunch. Both Allens, for that matter, Keenan and Josh. I like Calvin Ridley. He was actually one of my targets until I found out Ben was keeping him. Yeah, I gotta go Ben just a little bit.
Mitch, what do you think?
It's Ben. Ben has more home run hitters on his team than Steve does. Steve has players that have shown inconsistency this year. Mixon is still a big risk. Montgomery, that's been something else for Steve this year. I think that's the only reason why he's in the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Having Eckler back is big if he can stay healthy. But
got a tough matchup, though.
Outside of that, Ben's team beats Steve's team cake. I know Waller's projected more points, but what has Waller done? The Giants are a mess. That's not Steve's fault. I'd like that pick in the draft. The Giants are just absolutely awful.
Is Danny Dimes? Is he not playing this week?
I don't think so. He got hurt, not. Right?
Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, okay. Tyrod. Okay.
Yeah, I had to unload some fab to get him in Dynasty because I had no QB this week.
So
going with the Tyrod. I am also going to pick the Benjamin. I think Josh Allen's going to pop. I mean, he's going to score. I think Josh Allen scores 30 points this week. Keenan's got a kind of a tough match against Dallas, but I think Keenan's been getting a lot of volume.
Keenan will be fine. He's good.
And I think Calvin Ridley has a big week. Yep. The Jags have already played the Colts earlier this year, and I'm pretty sure Calvin Ridley had a big game against the Colts week 1.
DeAndre Hopkins popped off against the Colts last week. So
number one seemed to be kind of tearing him up a little bit.
Think
so
Ridley
Calvin
will do the same.
Ridley have a good game. Ridley had a good game last week too.
I just hope it's Ridley and not Kirk.
No, it'll be Kirk. All right. We're going to switch over to AJ and Taylor.
AJ and the Taylor.
I'm gonna go with AJ.
So I don't know why this is bugged out, but it's not putting the points for. Oh, there it goes. It just showed up. So
Kansas City's defense keeping a minute.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's a blowout right now. So, Josh, you already said AJ. We'll let you go first again on this real quick.
Okay. Well, I don't know. That's pretty close on QB. Typically, I would say Herbert edge there, but Fields plays like he did the last couple weeks. I don't know. That's gonna be pretty close there. Definitely like AJ's receivers better for sure. You know what? I think I like Taylor's. Maybe Taylor's RBs a little bit better. I don't know about. I'm not a huge Saquon guy. Do like Kyron Williams. Let's see. Definitely like AJ's tight end better. And flex. Yeah, I'm going AJ. I think I think Fields keeps it. I think Fields keeps it close enough there at QB, and I think I like I said, I think Taylor's running backs are. I like his running backs, but other than that, I think I like AJ's team better.
Yeah, I gotta go AJ too. I don't really like Fields as a quarterback, but he's decent at fantasy. I think DJ Moore and Fields against Minnesota. Minnesota's not good. Yep. I mean, there's teams that's had huge weeks against them. CeeDee Lamb's good enough. Barkley, I don't know how healthy he is. It still says questionable, but I know he's practicing, I think. The thing is, with Barkley, he's got a decent match against Buffalo. The Jaguars ran all over Buffalo last week. So it just depends. It's just that I think the Buffalo is just going to stack the line, and just because the Giants got Tyrod in there, they're not going to throw much. So I don't know if he's going to really do that great. And you got St. Brown, and when it comes to Taylor, he ain't got much there. He really doesn't. I think Breece Hall maybe has a decent game, and maybe Gabe Davis may get lucky, but I don't think he's got a chance.
I do like Herbert, Hall, and Walker. That's a pretty solid. If they give Breece Hall a chance, that's a pretty solid running back tandem right there, really.
Walker's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's been good.
So. Oh man, this one's tough because before this Chiefs game started, I would say no chance AJ was going to win. But the fact that he's already sitting on 12 points and he's going to be getting even more points here soon with Kansas City's defense.
Probably.
Well, there's an interception. And then Jared Judy had a reception too. So I think a lot of it's this is a coin flip as of right now. If Chicago shows up against Minnesota, which I think they're capable of, AJ's going to win this easily because Justin Fields will have a big game if that's the case.
Yeah, I think the Bears are trash, but Minnesota's also trash. Yeah. So when you put two dumpsters together, I do think maybe one is maybe a little brightly colored more, and I think the Bears.
Yeah.
So, and then Breece Hall against Eagles, run defense is not going to go well. He's not going to have a great game. They're going to have to hope to get some big plays out of Garrett Wilson, which I could see. Eagles do give up some big plays.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, it's a coin flip. I give it to AJ. Both teams will likely break 100.
All right.
All right.
So far, everybody's picked the same so far.
It's all the same so far.
Yeah, we got some big favorites so far.
All right, we got Clarky against Matt and Ryan.
Got the one-legger.
So, well, Clark's team is his record is much better than what his team is.
I agree. Sorry, Clark, but
and I think
I have to agree.
Ryan and Clark's team, Ryan, Mark, jeez, Clark, Mark. I was trying to say Kemp. Ryan and Mark's team, their team is better than what their record is. So, I think they have it. I think Tua will have a big game against Carolina. Travis Kelce's already off to a great start, so that kind of helps the argument that they're going to win. Ryan and Mark, they'll break 100 points this week. Clark, he won't get close. Clark scores 80 points.
Looking at it.
Well, they've already got 21 from Kelce.
Yep.
I mean, I guess you could say it's kind of swaying me more toward Kemp and Ryan. I would have picked him either way.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at Clark's team, he has a couple guys that could do decent, but he's got Gibson in his lineup. I mean, you're already looking bad if you got to put Gibson and Palmer in your lineup. He definitely looked a lot better last week. I mean, he may have a decent game, hopefully, but it's not going to be enough to keep up with. And DeMercado, honestly, with Connors being out, I think DeMercado actually has a decent game filling in there too.
Hey, and this goes back to one of my top teams, Cameron. He picked up Ingram, and from what I'm hearing, Ingram might actually be the starting running back.
Really?
Yeah. No shit. No kidding. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
No poopy.
That's what I'm hearing. So Cameron might have made another really good move. And I actually thought about him a little bit, but I don't want one more player to throw into my weekly asking you guys who to start. So
yeah, I don't need another text from you again asking for the fourth running back you should play.
I decided to go with Jackson. If DK ever gets hurt or something, I could throw him in.
So you're gonna agree with us too, Josh?
Yeah, definitely. I think Ryan and Mark win this. But I will say I do like Clark's quarterback. Samuel, solid. Well, maybe he's been a little slow this year. I do like Palmer, being the number 2. Keenan Allen's ahead of him, but I think Palmer can be a solid play. Not big at all on his running backs. Henry's running out of gas, and yeah. Like Jacoby Myers for Clark. But yeah, I got to give it to Ryan and Mark. Their team looks a little stronger. ETN, yeah.
ETN's been coming around. He's been doing good.
Yep. I do worry about DeMcCarty a little bit. Like I said, I'm hearing rumblings that Ingram is actually the starter, but he may not play. He has had a neck issue the last couple of weeks, so
Oh, okay.
if
It'll
he
probably be by committee. I mean, it's
if he don't play, then D McCarty's great, but
honestly, I don't think they're gonna need a big number from DeMarcado anyway to win.
I still think D McCarty will get work. Absolutely,
he will. They're going to give it to the hot hand. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and he showed solid. 10 rushes, 45 yards, and a touchdown, a couple catches.
Yeah.
All right, we're all the same so far.
Sweeping.
All right, we got Mike and Drew. Andrew, you could start this one off.
Mike and Drew. All right, let me look here. What do we got going? What are we cooking with?
Mike's got some receivers.
Mike, yeah, AJ Brown. Unfortunately, has really been hot lately, which I'm not a fan of. Being a Devontae Smith holder. See, Prescott. Sorry, Prescott is not good. I used to think maybe he was okay, but this year has proved he's not good. He's looked awful. Diggs has a huge year. Hopkins has been getting some good work lately too.
Yeah, Hopkins has been good.
Kittle, McLaurin. Man, this is honestly a tough one.
I think
I'm gonna go Drew on this one. I mean, yeah, Mike's always got the big possibility of Tyreek Hill, obviously. I mean, he's always got a chance to score 30 points. But I think Sauce is going to be on A.J. Brown. I think it's going to be a Devontae Smith week. And I'm going Drew.
All right. Josh?
Well, Kittle showed up big last week against. I played Drew last week, and there for just a little bit, I was like, "Come on!" Kittle was throwing up some points fast. I think I'm going to go Mike. Stafford's been pretty solid. I mean, I don't think he's quite as good as his stats have been, but he's been putting up pretty good stats. I like that wide receiver combo. That's explosive. Madison, I don't know. He might do all right against the Bears. Dameon Pierce ain't been great, but he's been getting more solid work. Love Sam Laporta. That's crazy. Rookie tight end doing what he's doing this year. That's insane. Which I think that's a draw. I think him and Kittle, if he plays, which I heard he does have a calf injury, maybe.
It says questionable. I didn't read into it too much, but Laporta has been very good.
I do not like Rashad White, but Terry McLaurin's. I've had a ton of exposure to Terry McLaurin over the last few years. I'm gonna go Mike slightly. Mike.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give this to Mike, and
I'm the outman this time.
You are the outman. Stafford's gonna outperform the 17.9 points. Having cut back, Eagles was a hard defense to play against. They're gonna rebound against Arizona. I think Rams are definitely a wild card team in the league this year, assuming Kupp stays healthy. Man, with Mike's team, I hate his running backs, man. I'm not a fan of my running backs. There's hope with mine. No, I don't like the running backs here.
So you and Mike have the bottom running back.
Oh, we do.
Club of the league.
There's Mike's running backs. Here's my running backs. Then here's House Cat running backs.
House Cat?
House Cat is better than this.
We could put Corn out there. Corn would be a better running back.
But no, I'm going to give the edge to Mike. Drew, if you're smart, you're going to bench Dak and play Purdy. If you do that, I think you might have a chance to win. Playing me, I have a problem whenever people play a quarterback and a running back from the same team. I think it's reckless. You are hoping that they have a big game, like that team in general.
My only thing about Dak this week, I know I've talked a lot of trash on Dak because you and I know Mitch, Dak's not very good.
Nope.
But against the Chargers, though, I'd say he does have a chance to do okay against the Chargers. I don't think the Chargers are anything too special on defense. So
I think if I was Drew, I think I would have played.
Especially their secondary.
I think I would have played Jerome Ford over McKinnon myself. I know Ford's matchup ain't great, but he's shown pretty good as a receiving running back too. So yeah. I think he'll get a little. I don't know. I think I would have went with Ford there over McKinnon.
Yeah.
All right. The first difference of opinions.
We did it. Maybe I just did it because I knew you guys would pick Mike.
All right. Next is Andrew and Cameron.
It's me.
I'll go ahead and go.
Go ahead, Mitch. Tell me if I'm going to lose.
You're going to lose.
All right.
To be fair,
saw that coming.
To be fair, on these podcasts, I have been picking you a lot.
Yeah, you have.
Cameron ain't got a kicker in.
No, Cameron doesn't have a kicker in. I could go 1-1. The biggest thing about your team it's frustrating to me. Like, there's two big surprises on your team. Taylor Lawrence is not doing what I thought he would do this year.
Taylor Lawrence.
I
wouldn't play Taylor Lawrence either.
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, sorry, Trevor Lawrence.
Jeez,
it's been a day.
He saw Taylor Swift on there, so
probably. Yeah, it's in my mind. But Trevor Lawrence, that has to be. That's a gut punch.
I know. He was so good for me last year, and to keep him in the 10th round, I thought I was being really smart there. But so far, I regret that decision.
Right,
start the season.
Right now, it's hurting you. But maybe he'll rebound. Maybe he'll start getting you some more. You're sitting 3-2. It's.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm okay at the moment. But yeah, the Lawrence, he's been a surprise so far. But we'll see. I think he looked a little better last week against the Bills.
He's a second half QB.
I'm hoping
he'll come to life.
That's what he was last year.
Yep.
But QB, Cameron has you. Wide receiver, Cameron has you barely, not by much.
I think Jordan Addison's the wild card there. It'd be interesting, to see his first game without Justin Jefferson. I don't know. But
that's why I just said it's close.
Here's
the thing.
I do believe maybe Hawkinson might be the biggest benefactor from it.
One of the things that you have going for you with Smith, he's a streaky player, but he's a home run hitter. If he has a big game, he has a big game. So Kupp is big.
And
your running backs, so Swift is the biggest surprise. If Swift was not doing what he was doing, you would probably be 1-4. Jacobs.
Oh yeah, he's helped for sure.
Jacobs has to be probably the biggest disappointment on your team.
He's Kate. He's the last 2 weeks though. He's coming around.
And
the reason he has been is because they've been using him as a receiver a lot, which is very surprising to me.
I had Jacobs last year, and he was, I think he was motivated by a contract which he did not get. I still think he's getting paid pretty good though. Anyways, he disappeared for me in the playoffs. I wasn't starting him like the first 3 or 4 weeks, and he kind of forced his way into making me start him, and he was great until I got to the playoffs, and he disappeared in the playoffs for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I'm not too worried about him though.
New England.
Finish my pick. I'm gonna give it to Cameron here, not by much. Christian McCaffrey, that's the heart and soul of his team, and I would imagine he will have a big game against Cleveland. So
let's see here.
All right.
I think
Joshua, who you think?
I think quarterback's closer than you think. Lamar's got the rushing upside, but I think Trevor Lawrence is going to start getting going here. Oh, that's closer to me than I think Mitch. Mitch was pretty confident in Jackson. I don't know. Addison's the wild card for me there.
If you pick Cameron, it won't hurt my feelings.
Don't worry about hurting
you.
Andrew's feelings. He can handle
it.
And
then McCaffrey's huge. Adams and McCaffrey, that's huge. Ingram's been playing good for Andrew. I love Swift. I like Swift. Me and Andrew were talking about him during the draft. Anyways, I like Andrew's flex better. I like Cook better than Gibbs. I think I don't know if the Lions just don't trust Gibbs between the tackles or what, but he's sure not.
Why would you give it away for Montgomery?
Well, Montgomery's been hot.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Well,
the best running back in the game.
Even to start the season, when they were wanting to grind out the yards there against the Chiefs, it was Montgomery. They're not really giving Gibbs that pounding up the middle. They're more passing to him, swinging him out. But anyway, yeah. This is really close. I think I probably give Cameron the edge just a little, but I mean it's pretty close. I do like Andrew's team. I do.
That's fine. I'll never talk to you again, Josh. But okay, whatever.
Oh, come on, Andrew. Okay, I pick Andrew.
That's better. Now we're friends. Anyway, I'm going to pick me, and not because I think I'm awesome or anything. I actually just like my matchups better this week. Lawrence, one of his few good games this year, has been against the Colts. And I think it's going to be a Smith week for Philly because I think they're going to really try to shut down A.J. Brown. You saw what Jamar Chase, the number one receiver, did against Arizona last week. Mm-hmm. So Kupp should feast against Arizona. I think Kupp's going to have a huge game.
But I think Chase. I think Chase is better than Kupp, though.
Well, yeah, but
just kidding, Andrew.
I agree with you. I think Chase is.
Oh, by the way, bold prediction here. I wouldn't be surprised if with Jefferson out, I think Chase might make a push for that top receiver. If as long as Burrow's calf don't act up anymore and he can stay healthy, I think Chase might make a run at that top receiver.
McCaffrey, I think, is going to do decent. I think actually Cleveland's got a pretty great run defense.
They do.
I'm pretty sure
they do. They got a pretty.
So
good team.
I think McCaffrey is going to have an okay week, but I don't think he's going to pop off like he has been this week. And I don't like Stevenson.
Hey, guys, Javonte Williams just got a touchdown. No, he did. No. My bad. It's a 2-point. My bad. Sorry. Forget that.
Joshua.
Forget that.
He's on your bench anyway.
I know, but gosh dang it, I've been waiting on him and having faith in him.
All right, go ahead, Andrew.
All right, picking me. Like I said, I like my matchups a lot this week. I think Ingram's finally going to get to the end zone this week. I'm just saying it because I'm wishing it. Wish it, want it, do it. Yeah, I like my team this week, and I think Cook's going to feast. Like I said, I think Buffalo's just going to kill him on the ground, through the air, everywhere, making rhymes. And my only thing was I have KJ Osborne that I picked up, and I was thinking about maybe putting him in the flex, but against the Giants, I feel like you got to roll with anybody against the Giants anymore. So I think I like my team. I think I'm going to make it 4-2 this week.
You definitely have the matchups in your favor.
Yeah.
So I will not argue against that. All right. One could argue this is the game of the week.
Game of the week.
1-4 and 1-4. Josh combined, we're what, 2-8?
The bottom bunch.
Yeah.
All right.
10th and 11th place matchup here.
So
I'll get this going here.
All right.
Mitch, I don't think you got a chance. Just being honest.
Andrew,
Josh,
don't go there. He's got a chance.
Josh, you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
I'm not jinxing you.
Mozart could get hurt right away. He's 32 years old.
Anybody can get hurt at any moment.
He's almost as old as us.
He's a lot better shape than us, though. I roll my ankle walking out the door every day. It's different. I like Josh's team a lot. I mean, like I said, Josh, I still think you have the best team in the league, even though you're 1-4. I think you go on a streak now. I think you take out Mitch. Mitch, I think you get a good game out of Hawkinson this week for sure.
Mitch has got me at tight end all day.
Mahomes is doing, I mean, he's not doing. We get to see what Mahomes is doing, and for Mahomes, that's not really that good.
No, it's not.
I think you're already off to not a great start. And Christian Kirk, who knows? I do think it's going to be Ridley more than Kirk, but against the Colts, Kirk may have a decent game, but it's not going to be enough to keep up with Jamar Chase and Bijan and Mostert. I think Bijan and Mostert are going to do really good this week. So, it's you, Josh. I pick you. You're welcome.
Yeah, I changed my mind to you.
Yeah, because I forced you. All right, Joshua, who you think you win this week?
Nah, I'm gonna go Mitch. Look, Mahomes just put up 2 points.
Of course he
Hey, Mahomes just put up 2 points since we've been talking. I think. Wasn't it 16 something?
He did, but he's still under his projection.
Yeah, but Mitch, he throws a touchdown here and he's over it.
There's only 3 minutes left.
But anyhow, I mean, Nakua's been good. I really thought Kupp was going to hurt him worse than he did last week, which, I mean, maybe he still does, but Kirk's been good. Sorry, Mitch, I do not like not Sanders. Jonathan Taylor, I think he's going to get more work this week. I mean,
Jacksonville has a surprisingly good run defense, though.
Yes, they do. I know Zach Moss has been playing good, but like I said, if anything, I think Zach Moss is the one to get traded. And I'm not looking forward to Hawkinson without Jefferson. Cooper can be good. Good defense. Mitch has got good defense there.
Defense is one of your best players.
I'm gonna go Mitch. I'm gonna go Mitch because
I knew you would pick Mitch.
Yeah,
he's trying that black magic.
He is. He's trying to do black magic. I knew he would pick himself.
Okay, what if
Josh? You're so humble.
What if Higgins comes back and Chase don't quite get the? Never mind. I like Chase. I think Chase is gonna do good. Jalen Hurts. Metcalf he's a little bit of a question mark. It's weird. I track my team and Metcalf starts fast almost every week. I'm like, hey, Metcalf's gonna blow up, and he disappears in the second half.
He has been doing that recently.
He has an awesome first half. Andrew, when I was playing AJ, you're like, oh, you got this one, and DK disappeared and didn't do it.
Yep, you're right. You called it. You even said he's been disappearing in the second half, and he did.
I love Bijan. I love Bijan. And Mitch, I would take Bijan third overall again. I love that guy. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but that'll be a draft target for me in the first round next year. Mostert, I like him. Love him in this matchup, actually, if he can, not get hurt. Ferguson,
yeah. You're really hung up on him getting hurt.
I am. I'm waiting for it. I mean,
I get it. He gets hurt every year.
Ferguson, yeah. Mitch has definitely got that. Pittman, I do like Pittman with love Pittman actually with Minshew. But if Cooper gets Watson back, I don't know. Pittman has disappeared the last couple weeks. He's disappointed me, actually. I don't know. I'm going to go Mitch.
All right.
Your black magic's not going to work on me. So this is how it's going to go down.
I quit that, Mitch.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah. Ask
There's no reason. You can ask Andrew. There's no reason why you should be picking my team to win this game.
It's true.
There's not.
Well,
but guess what? You're going to lose. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
You have only one player that's going to get their projected points this week.
Who's that?
That's going to be Jalen Hurts.
You don't think Chase gets it?
Cincinnati's going to come back down to earth. I know they're playing. Who are they playing? They're playing Seattle. Now they're going to come back down to earth. I think we had an anomaly last week. I think what we've been seeing from Cincinnati is what we're going to see most of this year.
I think Higgins has a shot to play. So
he does.
You remember he did play. So, but Jamar Chase ain't hitting his bonus. Metcalf, maybe. I'm gonna say no. Bijan Robinson, I'm going to keep saying this. I think taking a rookie running back 3rd overall is risky as all get up. Not going to judge it too much. I made my own risks.
Hey. Mitch, tomorrow I'm going to send you some Bijan highlights. I'm going to change your mind. The kid's amazing. And I'm going to call him a kid because we're what?
I'm not
30,
saying he's
30
not
something
talented.
Years old. He's like, what, 20, 21?
I'm not saying he's not talented.
He's great. That kid is... Even if I side with you a little bit on that, it's the coaching. The kid's got all the talent in the world. Why are we giving Tyler Algier 17 effing carries? Tell me that.
All you're doing is helping prove my point.
I know, but dang it.
As
the
long
kid's
as
got
you
all
know,
the talent
Josh.
in the world.
You're not wrong there.
I'll take him again. I'll do it. I believe in his talent. I'll do it. I'll do it again.
There you go.
Mostert, he'll get hurt. You've already said it.
Yeah.
Mostert will get hurt.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He won't get his projected score. Ferguson, you know what? He'll get his projection.
Hey, another knock on Mostert. I think he's been having a little fumble issue. I think he's fumbled a few times.
He has.
Yeah. So, is Wilson coming back? Has anybody heard?
I think he's been practicing this week.
He has. Shoot. Yep. Okay. See, Mitch is going to win. Mitch is going to win.
He will get his projected score. Detroit, no. Sorry, not against Tampa Bay. I know Detroit's doing good, but I think that's going to be a tough game.
Tampa Bay
is better than what people give them credit for, but they're not great. They are a good, solid football team.
I believe they're a one-loss team, aren't they?
Yep. And then you have Dallas kicker. Sure. Maybe.
Hey,
probably not.
Fake team's the Buccaneers.
And then looking at my team, Puka's going to get north of 15 points. He's going to get more than 120 receiving yards and probably 10 receptions. They are playing Arizona. Christian Kirk, this is a coin flip. I think this is a game that the coin gets flipped in the right direction for him. Ridley will have a great game. Kirk will have a better game. Sanders, no, that might be a zero burger. I'm expecting that.
A zero burger?
I'm not even sure if Sanders is going to play. I think he's leaning towards
okay.
Jonathan Taylor, he'll get north of 10 points. It won't be a crazy game, though. North of 10 points.
Jacksonville's defense has been a little rough against the run, I think I heard.
Hawkinson.
Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Jacksonville's been good against the run.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, rough against the run. Yeah.
Hawkinson's going to get me 30 points.
30
points. He's going to have 2 touchdowns, north of 120 receiving yards.
See, Mitch is going to
win. Cooper, he's a streaky player, but this will be one of the games where he shows up. It's against San Fran. He's going to break out for at least one big play. Won't be much. My kicker, well, yeah, he'll get me 15 points. Why not?
15 point kicker. Okay.
San Fran, they'll do San Fran things. They'll give me points. I can't imagine that's going to be a high-scoring game. I'll get anywhere between 8 to 13 points from my defense. So, Josh, I will beat you.
Hey, Mitch, listen here. If Watson don't play, San Francisco might do very good because that backup ain't gonna do it.
No, and then I'll get 30 points from my defense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would say. I still don't think you got a chance.
So I shouldn't win, but I'm going to, and those are all the reasons why.
That does happen sometimes.
I agree with Mitch. The way my season's going, I think I'd go with Mitch.
Hey, yet again, I'm the only one to pick somebody. I picked.
Hey, I just want to do this.
I'm the only one to pick Josh.
I just want to say this though. Me and Andrew were chatting it up last Sunday, and we were making some bold predictions. I did hit on one, but Andrew nailed Mozart. I mean, you nailed it.
I told you.
You said like 60 some yards and touchdown, and that's what he did.
69.
Yeah. I think he hit like 62 or 63.
All right.
I missed it by like 2 yards.
You were off on A-Chain, though.
I was.
He went like triple what you said.
we're going to go ahead and transition into we have 2 more topics. I'm going to cut a few things, and my goal is to try to be under an hour. We're going to probably break that just by a little bit, but
that's okay. That's okay.
We're going to focus on NFL at the moment. So we are going into week 6 in the NFL. Who would you say is who's real? Who's a real team that we weren't really expecting as fans of the game, and then who's a faker? Who's somebody that's showing up that's not going to be anything?
Tampa Bay. Faker.
I knew you were going to say that, yeah.
Faker. All day. Real. San Francisco. Eagles. Chiefs. Dolphins. Oh my gosh. Can we get rid of the Europe thing? That pisses me off so bad. The Dolphins and Chiefs game coming up, Sunday night football. Why is that over in Europe? That needs to be prime time football.
It should be a prime time game. That'd be awesome.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see that. Russell Wilson just threw a interception. But anyways, that's a great game. Why it's over in Europe, I don't know. I think it needs to be prime time here, but whatever.
I guess Europe, they're usually getting like Jaguars and Texans and
Jaguars are
Browns, Giants. I don't know.
Jaguars are going to move there.
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, Tampa Bay fake. 49ers. What you guys been talking about last few weeks? Them guys are all for real.
Looking at the standings here, I think one of my surprise teams. I mean, everybody knows I like the Bengals. I can't believe how bad the Bengals are doing.
They'll rise, Andrew.
I do think the Bengals are a fake bad team, though. I think they're going to improve.
Agreed.
I think they're not, and that division they're in, honestly, is not that good. I think the Steelers are a fake. They're winning that division right now. The Steelers suck.
Yeah, agreed.
They're not good.
Kenny Pickett.
They have a good defense.
One of the worst
I'll agree with
QBs in the league.
I don't think Steelers have a chance to win that division, though. Ravens haven't looked that great. Now the Ravens do always play the Bengals really well. It's one of those divisional things, and I don't think the Browns are that good. I think the Bengals still easily win this division, even though they're at the bottom right now, 2-3. I think they're a fake bad team. I think they're going to be good.
I agree. You nailed that, Andrew.
Another one, a weird one for me too, is Jacksonville. They are winning that division right now, but they've been all over the place.
I think they win it.
I think they're better than what their record is, but they beat the Bills last week, and then they've looked awful other weeks. I think the Texans have also kind of surprised me. The Texans are doing much better than I predicted. C.J. Stroud's doing really good. Nico Collins is coming forth. They've been playing to win, and I think a lot of people expected them to just tank.
Well, so Stroud is something like nobody expected that.
Best teams in the league right now, obviously, is the Niners and the Eagles. The Niners, I think, the Niners to me are the only like high caliber team, though. I think still, given any week, there's always a team that can beat somebody. But I think the Niners, they just got everybody beat.
Niners are number one. I won't argue against that. I think before Miami lost, I had Miami at 1 because I just like offense, but it's been 49ers ever since.
Yeah, but something in Miami's favor. They got Jalen Ramsey coming. I think it's still a while. They got him coming back. I'd like to see the Eagles and 49ers face off. That'd be pretty interesting. I think
the road to the Super Bowl will either go through San Fran or Philly.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd side with Philly. I think, but
barring any injuries to the Niners, I mean, honestly, I think if Purdy didn't get hurt last year, I think the Niners would have won that game.
Your hatred for the Eagles is unreal.
I really do. I mean, they didn't have anybody who could throw a ball.
Eagles stomped them. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear another team complain about losing a quarterback. I don't.
Right now, I like the Niners the most, though. Also, I think I like the Lions too.
So Lions is one of my teams. I think they're a real team.
They are. Lions are good.
They're going to be in the fight. I want to see what they do in the playoffs. I kind of look at them like the Cowboys. The few times that they somehow get into the playoffs, that they're nothing.
Well, we've only seen them in the playoffs in our lifetimes. What, 3 times? I mean, I don't know. It hasn't been very many, so it's hard.
So Lions are a real team. Team I wouldn't want to play any given Sunday.
Yeah, but hey, what if the Lions kept DeAndre Swift, kept that 6th round pick, and got one of them stud defensive linemen instead of getting Gibbs with that 12th pick?
Well, so let me say this. The Eagles' offensive line will make almost any running back look amazing.
I mean, they've obviously helped Swift a lot.
Yes. So I think the Lions did the right thing. Swift is a good running back.
Yeah, but is
the Eagles' line is something different.
Is Gibbs that much of a upgrade over Swift?
I think Gibbs' ceiling is higher.
I think Montgomery is a huge upgrade over Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
I think that's big.
I agree.
But I don't. I think if they keep Swift and use that, I think they had the 6th overall pick. They used that on I think there was a big defensive lineman they could have got, because that defense is pretty solid. I picked them. Yeah, I picked them up, and they're doing pretty good. But anyways,
I like the Lions a lot, but I agree. I didn't like the Gibbs pick. To me, was a head scratcher for them. No. I didn't get it,
and they're not even utilizing him that much. I mean, it's
he's a rookie. They're playing it smart. I think what they're doing is fine. But Lions are a real team. My Fakers. So the NFC South. So you have the Buccaneers, Falcons, and Saints all with 3 wins, and then the Panthers are 0-5. Yeah. That whole division are all Fakers. I don't care.
They are all bad. They're bad.
3 of them have winning
the Buccaneers.
records.
The Buccaneers are going to look good in that division, because I do think the Bucs. I mean, they got to play those teams twice, and the Bucs are better than the other teams in that division. Mm-hmm. So the Bucs are going to get some wins there. I think the Saints are a surprisingly bad team this year. I thought the Saints were going to be better than what they're underperforming for sure.
I think they're underperforming. I mean, they're definitely in the fight. I think they might turn it around. I think they will come out on top in that division.
I could see that.
They won't be anything more than making the playoffs.
I don't think the Falcons are, going to push once they get in playoffs. But I wouldn't be surprised to see the Falcons come away with that. I honestly wouldn't. I know Ritter's horrible, but they got a pretty solid defense and arguably one of the better run games in the league. Why they won't use Bijan more is beyond me. I'd be giving that kid 25 touches easy a game, but that's me. But I've also heard rumors that Falcons might be looking at Kirk Cousins, making a trade for him. I mean, it's kind of a, if they could get a veteran quarterback in there, that team I could see them taking that.
Well, depending on some trades, maybe.
So, and then my other real team, I'm going to give you guys one more. I'm going to put Jacksonville. I do think they are a real team.
I do too.
Starting off a little slow. They're playing to their competitor.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And come on, Taylor Lawrence.
Turn it around. I'll hear that one all year. Trevor Lawrence. I even have him in another league. So, all right. Last thing, because I do want to bring this up to you guys, since we Ben and I, we don't always have guests. Which, once again, thank you guys for joining on this episode tonight.
You're welcome, Mitch.
Thank
you. So after this year, there's a chance we will have league reset. We'll have a previous champion win again, forcing everything to go under review. When that happens, what is the biggest change you want to see in this league, and why?
Mitch, you know what I'm going to say. It's been the butt of the joke every year. It's me. I want to get rid of kickers. Talk about it all the time. It's a league joke. I hate kickers.
I agree.
I hate kickers. Mitch doesn't want me to have one argument, so my main argument I'm going to put with it is I would rather have a option to put in a flex there. It's way more entertaining to watch a running back or a receiver than a kicker. I think it's just better for the game to have that flex in there than a kicker that you're always wanting to switch in and out every week. And who, and I mean, and my other thing about kickers is, I mean, who wants to draft a kicker? The kicker is always at the bottom end of the draft. Everybody's like, oh, it's kicker time. Who cares? So why not add some more to it and make it a actual player, a position player, than just always going, oh, I got to get that kicker spot. And another thing, you always have to have a kicker in your lineup. So some people don't draft a kicker, but then you got to drop somebody from your lineup that could pop off or could be, who knows, they could turn around and we do a keeper league. So they could be in a keeper or something, but now you got to drop them to put in that kicker that you had to have in your lineup. So that's my argument always against kicker. I just would rather have a position player there than a kicker.
Josh, any comment on that?
I agree with him. I'm in a dynasty league, and we just did away with kickers last year, and like it. So I agree with Andrew 100%.
So my answer might surprise you guys. So Andrew, I'm gonna help you defend your case. Okay. So with kickers, that you didn't say the one thing, which I know you say a lot, how there's no strategy. There is some strategy, but it's very little. Like you would never play a kicker in a game that there's a freaking blizzard in Buffalo. You just wouldn't do it. You'd be smart about it.
No, I agree with that.
It was the ignorance on how you were saying it before in the past is why people gave you such a hard time, and might be a reason why we still have kickers, because I think most people, they're probably 50-50. I'm in the middle, but I think there's an argument to be made that due to the competitiveness in this league and the lack of strategy with kickers, not no strategy, but the lack of strategy that needs to be put into kickers, is reason enough to remove them from the roster. Now, there's other discussions that need to be made. I wouldn't agree with adding another flex. In a 12-man league, if your team starts getting decimated with injuries, that's just a whole nother player off of availability that you can get. So I don't know if another flex is the right way to go about it.
I mean, you couldn't make it like a full flex. I mean, you could make it like a tight end wide receiver one. That way people can't throw in another running back there or something if you wanted to do it that way.
That would be
because running backs go in our draft. I mean, you know how fast running backs go, and we don't have a lot of running back depth out there on the waiver wire because people really hold running backs. So I think making it another tight end receiver spot, I think would be good for it.
So that'd be better than the full flex spot, but I think that there would be in my opinion, it'd almost be best just to completely remove the position, and then you'd go to total roster count of instead of 15, 6 on the bench, you'd still have 6 on the bench, but your starting roster would only be 8 players in a 12-man league.
I would definitely like to replace it with a position.
Now, let's say, hypothetically, we go to a 10-man league, a reset. 2 people, they leave, quit, or whatever. We go to a 10-man league. That adds that argument back to the table. Like, well, let's add a flex back in. So
I would definitely agree with that.
So yeah, there's an argument to be made that kickers should be removed. So, all right. Josh, what about you? What's something that you would like to see change?
I agree with Andrew there. I would like to see kickers gone. I don't know about defense. I have heard some other leagues doing away with both of them. But, I do think there's a lot of skill in picking, matchups and stuff on the defense. Sorry, but yeah, I do totally agree with the kickers. Other than that, I like it.
So you mentioned defenses. Do you think we should explore, instead of defenses, go towards defensive players? Is that something that?
I don't know.
Because that's a completely different monster that I know. I personally have not.
I don't
tackled,
know.
No pun intended, but
I don't know anything. I'm in this league in a dynasty, and neither one's, just your team defense. But
I think if you could always spice up defense some. There's a lot that do defense and special teams together. So like kick returns, punt returns, and things like that actually go toward your defensive score because it's defense and special teams. You could also do it to where, like in our league, you only get points for a recovered fumble. There's other ones where you get points for forcing a fumble and things like that. Or you could do like passes defended. You could add a half point. I mean, you could. I think you can make defenses a little more valuable. You could always add little things to it like that. So.
All right. I'd say the biggest change that I would want, and I've shared this before, and I think a lot of people will be ready for it whenever it gets to it. Right now we have 2 keepers. I think we should have 3. That was one of those things that whenever we transitioned to keeper league, I said 3 keepers. Most people, they wanted 1. I'm like, meet me at 2. I'm like, 1 keeper's not worth it. So I think
I agree, 1's not worth it.
We've done this for a handful of years now that I think there's a strong argument that let's bump this thing up to 3. That would be the biggest thing that I would want to see changed.
I got you.
So
I would be okay with 3. I honestly, I think 2's a really good spot for it. I think my thing about keeping 2, I think it's just because I love draft day so much. So I love drafting players and the strategy behind drafting and stuff. Mm-hmm. So having another spot off that board that I'm not going to draft, I think is really my sentiment toward keeping 2, which may not be a good argument against it. I
think that's a fair argument. So there's a lot of keeper leagues that if you have a keeper, that's your first pick. If you have a second keeper, that's your second pick. So, and then people are keeping whoever they want on their team. And some players, they never rotate in. My goal was to not have that be the case, because one of the exciting parts of the draft are those first 3 rounds. And you could keep players in that, but it comes at a cost. So, and then I have it to where you just can't keep somebody infinitely. Like they go back into the pool. So, we might change some stuff in that. I think it's always something worth reviewing. But yeah, 3 keepers. That's my 2 cents.
Get rid of the kicker. I'd say you can do it. Get rid of the kicker. You got another player that you can keep right there instead of putting a kicker in there.
So, all right, guys. I think we're done.
We did it.
Nothing more. We did do it. Josh, you did great.
Thank you.
High five, Josh.
Hey, thank you, guys.
So Josh will bring you back on again, I'm sure.
Thank
Ben
you,
and I were having a blast doing this every week.
Yeah, you guys have been doing great.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Thank you. I mean, if you guys weren't enjoying this, Ben and I wouldn't keep doing it. So the fact that you guys are enjoying this, it makes it fun for us. So
yeah.
And
Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun even getting on here from time to time. I enjoy it.
Yeah. No, and Ben and I, we enjoy it too. It's and it's a lot of fun talking with Ben throughout the week and day, getting things planned for this. What do we want to talk about? And we found ourselves giving each other more grief and hard times. All the T Swift stuff, I love it. So,
Oh God.
But Ben, hope to have you back next week. Ben might even do his own matchups again this week, and I don't know. So I kind of threw that to him, like it's for you to do if you want, but we'll have an episode in. So, and I know
he's gonna agree with me, but no, he won't. Ben doesn't like to agree with me. So
all right. Well, as always, if you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you all next time.